Right now, investigators say two incidents this morning are connected with one another after a man dies in a fatal crash on the Beltline and a tattoo shop is set on fire. What police are saying.
Plus, former President Trump says he's now the target in a federal investigation into alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
And UPS and the Teamsters Union continue to try and work out a deal ahead of a looming strike that could have dramatic ramifications. That's all coming up at 10. A deadly motorcycle crash on the Beltline this morning and a fire at a tattoo business close by are connected.
Our Catherine Merck talked to witnesses about what they saw and asked police details about what we still don't know.
Police say the motorcycle involved in a crash on the Beltline near Seminole Highway belonged to the same man that owned this tattoo shop.
It's on fire. It's on fire. The tattoo place is on fire.
Neighbors we spoke with nearby said they saw a man on his motorcycle leave the site Tuesday morning.
And I see the dude turn around, stop the bike, sit there for a second, then fire it up and just take off.
Police told us a 71-year-old man died after driving a motorcycle the wrong way down the off-ramp to the Beltline at Seminole Highway and into oncoming traffic just after 6:30 a.m. It caused major traffic delays on the Beltline for several hours.
We had one person tell us that they were stuck almost an hour in traffic trying just to get to the west side.
The Madison Police Department spoke with us on Tuesday afternoon to talk about the factors that led to determine the two events were connected.
So several things kind of led us to believe that they may have been been linked together. The timing of everything. You also had a motorcycle that was heading into oncoming traffic, and then the owner of the motorcycle, or the motorcycle was registered to the owner of that tattoo shop.
Police have not released the name of the man as they're waiting for confirmation from the medical examiner, and an investigation is ongoing on that crash. As for this tattoo shop, it's being investigated as an arson. Reporting from Madison's southwest side, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
An investigation is underway after a man was seriously injured in a crash last night. Deputies were called to the area of Northtown Road near Windsor Road around 10:20 yesterday. Officials say the man was traveling south on Northtown Road when he failed to make a curve. The 38-year-old was ejected from the vehicle and was found unresponsive. He was taken to UW Hospital with serious injuries. Drugs and alcohol are believed to have been contributing factors in the crash.
In Cottage Grove, the Dane County Sheriff's Office says a man found dead after a house fire died from injuries unrelated to that fire. It broke out last Wednesday at a home on Baxter Road east of Cottage Grove. The home is considered a total loss. Officials have not been able to determine yet what caused the fire. The sheriff's office says the man's death is not criminal in nature. His name has not been released.
A man accused of shooting another man last year is now behind bars. The incident happened on State Street last November. 41-year-old Lamar Jefferson is charged with attempted intentional homicide and possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. He was arrested in Milwaukee and booked into the Dane County Jail yesterday. It's unclear when Jefferson will make his initial court appearance. There's a small chance we could be seeing some rain tomorrow. Well, let's check the first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
That's just it, Charlotte. It is a small chance, and right now I think Concerts on the Square should be able to get off without any rain, although the way things have gone, it just hasn't been very successful, at least going off on time this year. As we start out by taking a look at the time-lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam, just some cirrus clouds this morning, those fair weather cumulus clouds popping up this afternoon, and then everything kind of clearing out as we headed towards sunset. Beautiful day across southern Wisconsin. Doppler track, some showers moving through central Minnesota. That batch will dissipate long before it reaches us. A few sprinkles up in upper Michigan moving away. High temperatures today, very comfortable. Madison right at 80 degrees, La Crosse at 81, or Janesville at 81, La Crosse at 82. Most areas upper 70s to the lower 80s. Current temperatures are very comfortable. 64 in Madison, 69 in Milwaukee, 70 in La Crosse, across Dane County, 62 right now in Middleton, 66 in Sun Prairie, and 67 degrees in McFarland. Look for skies to be mostly clear overnight. It'll be not as cool as last night when we dropped to 52. Our low tomorrow morning, 58 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at our prospects for rain over the next few days and the prospects for some heat as we head into next week.
Gary, thank you. The state's top elections administrator says she was interviewed by federal investigators as part of a probe into the 2020 election. A spokesperson for Megan Wolf says Wolf answered questions from the FBI and the Justice Department in person in April. Wolf declined further comment, noting that it was an ongoing investigation. Election leaders in Milwaukee and Madison say they have also spoken with investigators as part of the Justice Department probe.
Meanwhile, former President Trump says he is the target of another federal investigation, this time for 2020 election interference. On his social media platform, Trump said he received the so-called target letter Sunday night. He called special counsel Jack Smith deranged and said he has 4 days to report to the grand jury.
The special counsel would not have sent a target letter and would not be apparently poised to actually bring a prosecution against former President Trump if he didn't think he had a winning hand.
The former president called House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik to discuss how to defend him in light of the target letter from the DOJ. That's according to a GOP source directly familiar with the call. 16 fake electors who signed certificates falsely claiming President Trump won Michigan in the 2020 election have been charged with crimes. All 16 were charged with multiple felonies, including forgery. Those charged include a Michigan Republican National Committee woman and the former co-chair of the Michigan Republican Party. Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith is also actively investigating the fake electors plot, and some fake electors have testified to his grand jury.
Wisconsin is joining a nationwide effort to crack down on illegal scam calls. Attorney General Josh Kaul and attorneys general from 49 other states and the District of Columbia all launched Operation Stop Scam Calls. The operation will target telemarketers, their employers, and groups that collect and provide consumer phone numbers to robocallers. The crackdown will also go after service providers who officials allege are responsible for facilitating billions of robocalls every year.
A massive Amazon distribution center in Cottage Grove is one step closer to reality. Last night, the Cottage Grove Village Board approved a development agreement with the e-commerce giant, laying out a number of requirements for this proposal. That agreement covers things like traffic management near the proposed site at the corner of Highways N and TT. And with Amazon getting closer to breaking ground, other projects are set to follow.
And there's still more to come after this, including, what we hope to be another industrial park north of the Amazon site.
We reached out to Amazon this afternoon to get an update on when construction could begin, but haven't heard back. The project is expected to create as many as 1,500 jobs.
The Goodman Center is announcing a new internal minimum wage of $20 per hour for all employees. All current staff, excluding senior leadership, saw a wage adjustment on their last paycheck, with some staff receiving up to an additional $5 an hour. According to MIT's living wage calculator, a living wage here in Dane County to support a single adult with no children is $18.02 an hour. When just one child is added to the mix, that number goes up to $39.44.
When you see people who mirror your life and you can do something about it, and then it happened, like you dream about doing something about it, right? And then it's actually happening, you're like, oh my goodness, I wished someone who would have stood up at the podium for me.
In addition to the new $20 per hour minimum, staff will also have access to financial literacy education, as well as guidance on how to take advantage of Goodman's health care plan, paid time off, retirement benefits, free child care, and more.
Badger Bus will be under new management after First Student announced it's acquiring them. This move comes just months after First Student beat out Badger Bus Lines to become Madison School District's transportation contractor. Badger Bus Lines will continue to operate its coach, charter, and truck repair services. The acquisition is expected to wrap up later this summer.
UPS and the Teamsters Union still have a couple weeks to avert a nationwide strike if they can reach a deal by the end of the month. Right now, neither side is giving in. Workers in one New York town are giving management a glimpse of what will happen if they don't come back to the table. UPS union drivers walking what they call a practice picket line before heading into work this morning. This was at the Customer Center in Yorktown, and tentative agreements on several issues had been reached, including heat safety measures, such as installing air conditioning in more trucks and getting rid of a two-tier wage system for drivers who work weekends and earn less money. Still, the sticking point is wage increases, specifically for part-time workers.
Part-timers do not get a good wage here. The company's made billions throughout the pandemic and doesn't want to share the wealth.
It's not uncommon for deals to be reached at the 11th hour in these situations, but if it doesn't happen, workers say they're ready to walk off the job August 1st.
Well, another big Powerball drawing is coming up after nobody won that jackpot on Monday. The jackpot has now climbed to an estimated $1 billion. It would be the 7th highest in U.S. history and 3rd largest for Powerball. Should someone win tomorrow, they would have the option to have the money paid out in yearly increments or a one-time lump sum of around $516 million before taxes. There's still more ahead on News 3 Now at 10, including Gary's complete forecast.
Plus, while Barbie may love hanging out in her Malibu dream house, you might be surprised to hear where she's originally from. The answer when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Skip the wait. Get your kids' glasses made the same day, only at Stanton Optical.
I'm Randy Bump with Bump Farms, and this is my John Deere. So I'm a 6th generation farmer. Our farm was homesteaded here in 1846. I think the thing that makes Sohn stand out the most for me is probably the people, the products, and the service. Whether it's bulk oil delivery, bulk DEF delivery, the Sloan helpline, I mean, they're always there for me. And I've actually had them open up on a Sunday and get parts for me so I can keep a combine running. And that's why I think Sloan's first.
Should come with me to the Wisconsin. Great state of Wisconsin. State Fair.
There's something for everyone at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular August 3rd through the 13th.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit spectrum.com today.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. See how available features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist make backing up as easy as turning a knob. Watch as Pro Power on board lights up the night. And Ford Blue Cruise makes driving even more fun. Now get a Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Lightning with 3.9% APR financing for 60 months plus $1,000 retail trade assist cash and $500 low APR cash.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
At Stanton Optical, you get great value on eye care, including contacts. Right now, get a 1-year supply of AccuView Oasis and an eye exam for only $189. Scan now to book your eye exam. Yay, technology.
He's a titan in the television industry. Please welcome Larry Wilmore. You've opened up the doors for so many Black creators. Come on in. Then meet Jennifer. Surprise!
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
We're learning more details about the American soldier who U.S. officials say willfully crossed the demilitarized zone into North Korea, where he is now detained. The U.S. Army says Private Travis King is the soldier who went into North Korea. An Army official says King was going to be administratively separated from the Army after facing disciplinary action for assault. He was escorted to a South Korean airport to go back to the U.S., but when the escort couldn't go through customs with him, King was able to leave the airport.
In terms of my concerns, I'm absolutely foremost concerned about the welfare of our troops.
Meanwhile, on the same day, there are reports from Japan that North Korea may have also launched 2 suspected short-range interballistic missiles into the sea.
Millions around the world could feel the impact of higher food prices. This after Russia decided to withdraw from a deal brokered by the UN and Turkey to allow grain exports from Ukraine through the Black Sea. Ukraine is known as Europe's breadbasket, accounting for 10% of the world wheat market. In the U.S., experts say people are largely shielded from the direct impact of higher grain prices due to strong domestic production, but the economy is not immune.
The U.S. is looking relatively strong on a global basis. But I do think that some of these sort of shocks, global supply chain shocks, could continue to reverberate and create that uncertainty.
While inflation is cooling overall, energy and food prices still remain stubbornly high, and the U.S. Federal Reserve is poised to hike interest rates yet again.
Right now, millions of Americans are under heat advisories as excessive heat sweeps across the country. In Phoenix, Arizona, temperatures reached at least 110 degrees for the 18th consecutive day. So far this year, the country has recorded 12 confirmed heat-related deaths. The heat streak is showing no signs of ending. The National Weather Service warning the heat is expected to last for the next several days. Meanwhile, temperatures won't be as high here, but we will be heating back up. Here's Gary with your complete forecast.
Yeah, you know, as we add some humidity too, we also have to watch out for the heat index. That could be well into the 90s for parts of next week. Let's start out by taking a look at 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Well, warm weather is going to be here. Today we hit 80 degrees. We'll be in the 80s pretty much through this week and weekend, and then highs in with highs in the lower to middle 80s. There'll be chances for showers and thunderstorms mainly Wednesday night and then Sunday during the afternoon. However, it's going to be spotty. Not everybody will see rain, and in fact, the latest computer models indicate maybe a lot of us won't see any rain. And then next week, high temperatures upper 80s and lower 90s. Heat index well into the 90s for most of next week. Doppler track tonight. Some showers across central Minnesota weakening as they push west of the Twin Cities. The air drier across our part of the country, so those showers and storms are fizzling out. Now tomorrow we'll see some showers and storms develop across parts of Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal or level 1 risk of severe storms about as far southeast as Madison. If this would occur, it would be later on tomorrow night. Wind and hail would be the main threats, although at this point, I really have my doubts as to whether we'll see any thunderstorm activity. The better chances for any severe weather will be farther to the north and west where the thunderstorms are more likely. The rain, though, it's going to be sparse. In fact, this is the latest computer model update. This is through early Friday morning, and you can see much of southern Wisconsin expected to stay dry. The showers and storms in Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin stay out there, and as they head towards southern Wisconsin, just start to fizzle out. And looking farther into the future, the 10-day future track precipitation shows less than 1/10 of an inch in Madison. Much of the southern half of the state seeing less than 1/2 inch of rain. Normally this time of year, we should see about 1.5 inches of rain over that 10-day period. So while we take a look at the precipitation comparison, this month so far we're above normal because we've had a couple of rounds of about 1.5 inches of rain. So Madison right now 3/4 of an inch above normal. But again, this drops probably by about 15/100ths of an inch each day that we don't have any rain. So we could easily drop back to near normal with no rain for the next week. And since June 1st, we're already almost 3.5 inches below normal, even with the rain that we had through July. And again, that number will drop off. If we get very little rain in the next 10 days, you're talking 5 inches of rain below normal. And then year to date, right now, we're almost 5 inches below normal, and that would go up to about 6.5 should this trend continue through next week. High temperatures today, pretty comfortable across Wisconsin. Upper 70s, around 80. Look what's happening to the south and west. 101, Wichita, Kansas. 103 in Dodge City. 97 in Denver. That's the northern edge of that heat. And again, as that heat starts to expand northward, we will see at least temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Right now, upper level winds are from the northwest, but this is common as high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere builds to our south and west. So any thunderstorms kind of go around the edge of the heat, and for the most part, at least at this point, they're bypassing southern Wisconsin. For tomorrow, look for a high of 83 with partly sunny skies. It'll be warm. Just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Planning your day across Dane County, 82 for the high of Mount Vernon, 82 Sauk City, and 81 for the high temperature in Marshall. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 83 in Janesville, 81 in Monroe, and 82 degrees in Prairie du Chien. As we look at future track beginning at noon tomorrow, this is what I mean about the chances for rain. Well, here comes 4 o'clock. Maybe some showers and storms out to the west, but watch as they head toward Wisconsin. Each batch just kind of fizzles out. So by 8 p.m., the rain's still well to the west of us, so that would be good news for concerts on the square. Then whatever rain that makes it into southern Wisconsin is pretty much gone by midnight. We stay dry overnight for tomorrow night and into Thursday morning. And at this point, Thursday, we're not looking for any rain at all once any chance moves out in the early morning hours. Again, rain, perhaps a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain through Minnesota and Iowa, but very little of that right now, at least according to the latest computer models, expected to make it into southern Wisconsin. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast, lower 80s through Friday, mid 80s for the weekend. Another chance for a thunderstorm Saturday night, a little better chance Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and then the rain chances go down, the temperatures go up, the humidity goes up, so we're talking heat index readings somewhere in the middle to upper 90s for much of next week.
Well, we have an update for lottery fans. The Mega Millions has just released tonight's drawing, and the current jackpot sits at about $640 million. So get your tickets out. Here are those numbers. They are 37, 31, 22, 54, 19, and the Mega Ball 18. Good luck.
As the highly anticipated Barbie movie hits theaters this week, here is a little-known fact. Barbie is actually from Wisconsin.
Hannah Hilliard has more on the iconic doll's local heritage.
Stepping out of her own world and into reality.
What do I have to do?
You have to go to the real world. The new Barbie movie, coming out in the very near future, has the Wisconsin Historical Society in Madison chatting about her past.
This Barbie right here is from 1961, and it was purchased by grandparents who actually bought it so that their granddaughter would have a toy when she came to visit to play with them.
The Historical Society has the doll in her iconic black and white striped bathing suit. Why? Well, partly because she's a Wisconsinite.
Mattel originally in the 60s put out a series of books about Barbie, and in those books, she was identified as having graduated from high school in Willows, Wisconsin.
Yes, according to Barbie's website, she's from Willows, Wisconsin. Although how long she has lived in the fictional town has changed throughout the years.
In the 2000s, 2010s, she got her story changed just a little bit and moved from Willows when she was 8.
Is there any indication in the history of Barbie of why Wisconsin?
Not in the history of Barbie that we've been able to find. We sort of believe that, you know, Wisconsin is sort of often thought of as kind of a classic Americana kind of state with a lot of tradition and a lot of ties to popular cultures.
Here at the Wisconsin Historical Society, they have several other Barbies a part of their collection, like this one, a Barbie dressed as a Badgers cheerleader. Appropriate considering her hometown.
A hometown that, despite Barbie's evolution over the last 64 years, has stayed the same.
And that was Hannah Hilliard reporting. The Historical Society's Barbie collection is not currently on display, but everyone can see Barbie in the theaters, starting in select theaters on Thursday.
And coming up in sports, the All-Star break put some life back into the Brewers' bats. Find out if the win streak is still alive. Next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your child's eyes are a crucial part of their learning. Get a clear picture of their eye health and vision changes from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Visit Shopko Optical to ensure your child is seeing and learning how they are supposed to.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Expand your outdoor living space and get 11% off everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of concrete patio blocks. Get a 12x12 patio block for just $149 after rebate. Add privacy to your outdoor space with beautiful fencing options from Menards. From privacy panels, picket fences, and more, you can design a sturdy, reliable fence that's sized exactly for you. Save on your entire project with 11% off all fence panels. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Why didn't we do this last year?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? Remember the pain?
Cancel plans, the worry?
That was then. And look at me now. You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's the only pill of its kind that blocks CGRP and is approved to prevent migraine of any frequency, to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
The Brewers are in the midst of a 6-game road trip and fresh off a sweep in Cincinnati this past weekend. Now, they turn their sights to Philadelphia as they look to keep their winning ways alive. Tonight didn't quite start out how they were hoping. Bottom of the first, Kyle Schwarber, first pitch swinging, delivers an Oppo Taco to give the Phillies an early 1-0 lead. Now let's turn it to the 8th. Crew down 4-2, runners on the corners. Christian Yelich up at the dish. He rolls one over to second. A run would score on the play, but the Brewers rally comes up short. Phillies play spoiler in Game 1, 4-3 to snap the Brewers' 4-game win streak. Meanwhile, the Brewers' farm system got a little bit deeper. Brock Wilken, this year's first-round draft pick, has officially signed a $4 million contract with the Crew. The third baseman from Wake Forest. He's coming off a junior campaign where he set school records, hitting 31 home runs, which is the most in ACC history, while also leading the conference in walks, runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage, just to name. And Christian Opor, a standout from Columbus, has officially inked a deal with the Chicago White Sox. He was selected in the 5th round of this year's draft. The ace from Gulf Coast State features a mid-90s fastball that can top out at 98. This past season, he was dominant out on the mound, striking out 76 batters and 53 in the 3rd innings pitched. 46 days and counting, and hype officially turned into reality for Wisconsin football. But for C.J. Williams, a 4-star wide receiver transfer, he takes it one day at a time. The new look Luke Fickell Badgers brings excitement back to Madison that we have not seen in a very long time. It all starts with a new offensive approach where Williams finds himself in a position where he can shine.
Emphasize the aspect of taking it day by day, right? Today, we're attacking this workout, and we're trying to complete this, and then we're going to go tomorrow, we're going to do the same thing. Attack that day, keep attacking the next day. Go out there, give your best effort, and it may not be your 100% every single time. I mean, it may not be your best every time, but it's always going to be the 100% of your effort.
And 10 Badgers were announced to possibly represent Wisconsin in the upcoming East-West Shrine Bowl. The oldest college football all-star game allows seniors to showcase their talent in front of NFL scouts with hopes to make it to the next level. Tanner Mordecai, Ches Malusi, and Chimere Dike were just a couple of headliners chosen from Wisconsin. We're back after this.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations worldwide and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. That's how we do.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Mallards Baseball, Friday night. Come for the game, stay for the fireworks.
Finally tonight, a 54-year-old Australian man is back on dry land after a harrowing 3 months at sea. The crew of a Mexican tuna boat found Timothy Shattuck and his dog Bella in a catamaran 1,200 miles from land out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. They were given food and water once brought on board the boat, which was set to arrive back in Mexico on Tuesday. Shattuck told an Australian news outlet his time at sea was, quote, hell, and he needs some rest.
Otherwise okay.
Yeah, but it was otherwise okay. Exactly what happened, trapping the man and his dog at sea, really hasn't been detailed yet. It kind of reminds me of Tom Hanks in Castaway, right?
So what,
only
the dog
a dog
is
instead of
Wilson.
a volleyball.
In a perfect world, the dog would be named Wilson.
Yeah.
So.
Well played. Gary, final check.
Yeah, pretty nice out there right now. Very comfortable live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Skies are clear. Temperatures middle 60s. Humidity is low. Can't beat that. Here in Dane County, 63 right now in Verona, 64 in Stoughton, and 63 in Deerfield. Look for mostly clear skies tonight. Low temperature dropping to about 58 tomorrow. High of 83. Just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Don't think if there are any storms that they'd affect concerts on the square.
All right, Gary, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you here tomorrow.